Hello, beautiful creatures of the planet Earth. It's Tracy for today's daily spell, and I have so much energy flowing through my body. Yesterday we had the beautiful journaling workshop down at Mandurah, and also we sat in Women's Circle, and it had been a little while. So it was such a beautiful flow of energy and conversation. And that's what the Women's Circle is about, is to explore new conversations and new ideas from loads of different perspectives so that we can really begin to expand our minds and our hearts. And the group of women that gathered and we're staying in connection for the next 6 weeks was just phenomenal. We were talking about royalty and what it is to have that codex of royalty. Oh, it was just superb. Good morning, Michelle. Hey, Nina. Good morning, Mama Sue. Good morning, Al. Hey, Simi. So this week we've been inspired, of course, by the Divine Feminine Oracle. And the card that's come up for today is Soul. When you allow soul to drive the bus as opposed to mind driving the bus, it's a game changer, because you come from the realm of thinking everything back down into the heart of feeling your way through life. And I've said this before, imagine if we asked one another, hey, how do you feel about that? As opposed to what we usually say is, hey, Jenny, what do you think about that? We always ask, what do we think? And we know that our minds, our thinking minds, are programmable. We know and understand that from the moment we lay our feet to the earth and our eyes open, that there is a bunch of influence that influences and shapes the way the mind operates and thinks. You know, someone gives you a religion. Someone gives you a bunch of schooling. Someone gives you blah, blah, blah. So when we understand and know that, okay, that's how I was programmed. However, I know I'm here for purpose. I know and understand that my life is designed by a purpose and a passion and a power that's actually all inside of me. And that, especially with women, that was taken away from us 2,000 years ago. So now we're remembering and reclaiming and refining what that is. And last night we started to explore the little thread of that, which was royalty, that idea of being a queen of your own queendom, that idea of having grace, that idea of being the sovereign being. So when soul is driving the proverbial bus, that's what starts to happen, is that we have these understandings and that they really are true rememberings of what's happening for us. And it's so exciting to know and understand that. So, hey, Ange, good morning, babe. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Jode's in the house. Hey, Shamish. Shamish says, loved all of the special energy. So much takeaway, so many different perspectives to ponder. Yeah, circle was amazing, wasn't it? So, yeah, it's all of those sorts of things. But when we know that soul is what, so we've got 3 aspects, I guess you might call them: mind, soul, and spirit. The soul is the everlast. The soul is what goes from lifetime to lifetime, ticking off its check boxes on how to be human. Whereas the spirit is that spark, that essence that makes you innately you. And then you've got the mind, which, as I've said, is the part of the humanness of who we are. So when soul is at the forefront, you're leading soul first, it just changes your life. And why do I know that? Tracy, how the hell do you know that? Because I once used to lead my life from my mind. And then when the tragedy occurred in my life and I started to look outside of my mind, I now lead my life from soul. I go with feel. I look to my intuition to guide me through. Let's get into today's spell. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Sky. Living my life from soul, asking the mind to take a step out, being compelled from my heart, and finally transcending doubt, understanding I'm here for a purpose and taking the chance to explore, refining my way that I move through the world and stepping through that unopened door. That's the big one. I take unto myself direction to let my soul guide my every move, to feel into my intuition rather than overthink and believe that I have something to prove. Rather, I am finally finding the freedom and refining the royal codex that is part of me, taking my time to go deeper into heart and seek the reason for my life on my terms. Now I decree. When you've got royalty, you can make a decree. When you step into the frequency of that part of the codex, you can make a decree. I decree it's life on my terms. And that goes against the grain of everything we've ever been told, put everyone else first, think of everybody else. You've got to consider everyone else's feelings. Now, that's grace, not just direction of putting yourself last. That's grace. That's part of that royal code. So when we start to look at those things, letting intuition guide the way, letting soul take the driving seat on the proverbial bus that we call life, you will get that change. You will have those alterations, because it's really about diving deeper into having the mind work for you, not govern and see yourself operate from small self, or see yourself operate from just the good girl, especially frequency, where you do everything to appease everyone else, that whole people pleaser bullshit that was instilled and impressed upon us right through the schooling system. Sit down, Jane. If you want to go to the toilet, put your hand up, repeat back to me. 2 times 2 is 4. It's learning by rote, being the good girl, stay in line, wear the correct uniform. It's that dun, 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 dun. But when soul comes in and we realize that those programs that have been instilled on us don't actually mean anything, don't actually apply, if we can have grace when we're dealing with other people, and grace with the way that we work through the world, being that royal queen that you are, that royal king that you are, game changer. Good morning, Eleonora. Good morning, Norel. Hope you're having a great morning. Hey, Sandra. So there we go, beautiful souls. There is something to ponder for today in today's daily spell. I hope you have a marvelous, wonderful day. I believe rain is coming. So maybe cozy up inside and listen to an audio book, or listen to a podcast, or type into Spotify, the Royal Codex. Maybe consider some of these things that we chat about if you have a space in your day. I listen to mine when I'm in the car. So there's a little food for thought. Have the best day, everyone. I'll catch you back tomorrow morning, 7:15 for the daily spell. Sending all the love vibes out to you all. Bye-bye.